We are introducing a new series called Asia Military Modernization, a series of reports that looks into the geopolitical tensions in the Indo-Pacific, how countries in Asia react and respond to the growing, intensifying great power competition between US and China, particularly in the military space. So in this series, we are zooming into Americans' Asian allies, Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and Australia, because those are the countries that showcased the most changes in their military and defense postures, not only in terms of their capability building, but also in changing their military doctrine. So China in recent decades had made a great leap in projecting their military capabilities. From fairly outdated military, the People's Liberation Army is now a very formidable force to the degree that many say it can compete with the United States, which is the world's most powerful military power. And by and large, the US military spending still dwarfing China's. But China's progress in both PLA, Navy, space, in many other aspects, including non-strictly military, like Coast Guard, has made a very significant advance to the degree that US feels it can be a risk, it can be a threat to US and US power projection, as well as its network allies in the region. China's objectives, of course, is first and foremost defending its own sovereignty, but it has claims in a number of regions and disputes, border disputes, whether they are land or maritime, with a number of neighbors. And in recent decades, we have noticed an increase in China's willingness to project that power, to conduct more exercises to showcase its power, but also increasingly creep control over disputed areas, including building military outposts in the disputed waters, conducting exercises, and at times even incurring into the disputed waters or airspaces. So countries we are looking into have several commonalities. They are, of course, American allies in the region. They share the threat perception towards China's growing projection of its military capability and willingness to demonstrate it in the disputed areas. And certainly being China's neighbors, some of them closer than others, they feel the heat, so to speak. But on the other hand, they also have certain the degree of anxiety about US commitments to the region, commitments to the alliances, especially now that President Donald Trump is back. And he is publicly known for not valuing alliance relationships, especially, I think, alliances in Asia, where many of those countries have the perception they are not getting enough of Trump's attention because he's tend to focus on big powers, right? Major players, and therefore we see changes in their defense policies, defense spending, and defense doctrine in general. International Crisis Group is venturing into squarely talking about geopolitics. For Asia region, it is an opportunity to advocate for de-escalation, understanding, and shedding some light and transparency into defense and military trends in the region.